Hi, sir. Well, I'm Jahana here. I'm going to present about my part, which is test papers. Let me share you the screen first. And my part, as I mentioned earlier, my part is about test papers. So for the first point is about, we have created this multiple choice questions test papers by using Bloom taxonomy. There are 6 levels of Bloom taxonomy, which is understand, remember, apply, analyze, evaluate, and create. These 6 levels are so easy to understand and so easy to answer the questions. So the topics we choose are food, family choice, and the body beautiful. We have chosen these topics from Unit 3, which is from Form 3, Unit 3. So once we mark all the papers, most of the respondents get 70% marks, and few of them get below than 70% marks. Those are the respondents who get 70% marks. I mean, up than 70% mark. They read the questions carefully and they answer. But some of them, those who get below than 70% marks, these respondents did not read the questions properly, did not read the questions. They just answer the questions. So that's why they get below than 70% marks. As we can see, for example, the 50 question is about what is the picture is about. The picture is about lipstick, but some of them answered cosmetic. It's not. So that's why they get below than 70% marks. The another point is about, in addition, this multiple choice questions test paper is created because to observe students' understanding and knowledge on the chapters. Yes, multiple choice questions test paper is must to create so that educators we can observe students understanding and knowledge on the chapters. Yes, as educators we can teach all the chapters. Even lecturers also they can teach all the chapters to students. But then from this multiple choice questions test papers, then only students will read the questions, will read back all the questions, will go back through all the chapters. So they want to answer all the questions. So this is how test paper is created, because to observe students understanding and knowledge on the chapters. The last point is about the reason for giving a test will help you determine features such as length, format, level of detail required in answers, and the time frame for returning results to the students. Yes, the reason for giving we are giving the test will help determine features such as length, format, level of detail required in answers, and the time frame of returning results to students. Yes. Also, why we giving the importance of giving the test paper will it's like determine features such as length, format, and also we can understand, so we can observe students understanding whether they fully understand the chapters or not, whether they have interested whether they have interested in the reading or not. That's all from me for the test papers part. Dot.
Assalamualaikum and hi to my lecturer, Dr. Rosli. My name is Rajana Binti Slamuddin. So for my part, I will present on the results, which the tabulated and described ones. So right now I will share the screen. All right. Okay. So for the results, which are the ones that already tabulated and described. All right. Results of the test paper showed that the average range of students could answer the question on every level of proficiency. Only a few students get the answer wrong. That could be the reason for careless mistakes, the level of proficiencies may be hard, or the question are somehow confusing them. Anyhow, the tabulated results of the test papers by the respondents have been analyzed. From there, it has been shown that the first 10% of the questions is on easy level of proficiency. Then the 20% of the questions is in intermediate level of proficiency. And another 20% of the questions is on hard level of proficiency. Well, 30 out of 50 questions are in moderate level of difficulty. but the students get good scores and they could answer all the test papers questions well. And then all right, the distractors question is about 15 to 20 questions. This somehow needed to be changed because the value for the distractors analyzed affected less than 5% of the score of the test. However, results calculated academically are shown in an unbiased manner. It is marked, scored, and followed statically and by the procedure. Further, the vast majority have focused on calculating averages and percentages of efficiency and performance metrics and developing significance tests to compare aggregated averages and percentages to targets based on underlying system performance or operational requirements. And that is for the results. Next.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm Shamila here. Today I'm going to talk about score analysis. The first part is mode. Mode is the most frequent number in the data. So that is 30 and 28. So the next one is mean. Mean is editing all number in the data set and divided by the number of value in the set. So what we should do is we need to plus all these and divide it by 17 because there are 17 responses. So the answer is 448 divided by 17 equals to 26.4. And median. Median is about the value in the middle of the data set from smallest to largest. So for this is the median is 28. So 28 divided by 1 equals to 28. So the next one is range. Range is the difference between highest and lowest value in the set of number. So for this table, the highest score is 37 minus with the lowest score is 11. So the answer is 26. And for this part, dispersion calculation, it's about variance. This is the formula of variance. In this column, we need to state the score of students. And for this column, we have to minus it with mean, the number of mean we get. So for example, 37 minus 26.4 equals to 10.6. Then this column is for square it. So in this column we get 10.6 square. If we square, we get 1112.36. And also you can times it. 10.6 times 10.6, you will get it, this answer. Then we have to follow the same calculation for the next, all this. And after that, we have to plus all this and we get the total is 821.92. After that, we need to divide it by 17. Divide by 17. So we get the answer is 48.3. Why we have to divide it by 17? Because we have 17 responses. So the standard deviation is, this is the formula of standard deviation, and 821.98. So the answer is 29.7. For the next part, item analysis. This is the diagram of item analysis for the difficulty and discrimination. Okay. Select highest score upper 20% and lowest score 20% who answer the correctly for question 1. Calculation is 27 per 100 times 17. Test taker equals to 4.59. This makes it 5 students for each of both groups. So this is the example of, this is our score analysis. The blue color one is the upper group and the pink color one is the lower group. And this is the question 1. Total of upper and lower group from above 5 plus 5 equals to 10%. And question 1. This is the number of upper group who answer the correctly is 4, and we have one other response also. And number in lower group is who answer the answer correctly is 2%, and we have another answer 2, that is 3%. So the total is 4060. So the percentage of selection is 50, 0.0, 75, 5.0, and 0.0. So the calculation difficulty index is about the person answered correctly. So 4 plus 2 divided by 10 is 0.60, and the discrimination index is upper group who answered correctly and minus with lower group who answered correctly. So the method is like this. So 4 minus 2 divided by 6, 0.5 times 10. So equal is 0.40. So this is the part that from the index table on the top, we can conclude that. So this is the conclude of our analysis. So difficulty index for question 1 is moderate. Discrimination index for question 1 is a very good item, and all discrimination of the question 1 are selected by more than 5% of the students. So all the answer options for question 1 can be conducted as FFT, fully functional distortions, and none of the answer option of question 1 is NFT. This is our simple test paper, sir. This is the question. That's all from me today, sir. Thank you.
Next is the answer scheme for our test paper. So this is answer schemes are provided here. Okay, so this is the picture of the answer schemes of our test paper. Next is I will talk on the evidence of respondents. So here are some of the picture of evidence from the respondents for our test paper. So this is from the Excel. And if you could see, this is the names of the students that has answered our test paper. And this is all the questions of the test paper. And this is our test paper that we gave the students to answer from Google Form. That is all from me. Thank you.
The conclusion is about a test paper is where you wrap up your ideas and leave the reactor with a reader with a strong final impression. It has several key codes. Yes, a test paper is where we as educators we wrap up our ideas. For example, we wrap up our ideas through the questions and leave the reader with a strong final impressions. So that it has several key goals. For example, to understand students, to observe students' understanding and knowledge about the chapters they have learned. And also, additionally, tests can serve as an accountability measure for both teachers and students, helping to ensure that students are learning the material they need to be successful in their studies. Yes, tests, multiple choice questions test paper can serve as an accountability measure for both teachers and students. Yes, for example, for teachers, how can help for teachers to for example, it can help for teachers to understand students' knowledge about what they have learned. For example, we can teach all over the day, but there are some students will never learn anything. But there will be some students will learn at least some few points from the topic teachers teach about. And for students, why it's like important for students, because they have to, for example, when exam time, then only students will started to read back all the questions, read back all the chapters, so that they will learn on the last minute, they will learn something from the topic, and they can able to answer the multiple choice questions test paper. And also these questions, this test paper we have created, which is we choose two topic, which is about food, which is very easiest topic ever. And another topic is about family ties. It's also like similar, easiest. And the last one is the body beautiful, also easiest topic. So our responders, it's like they are lucky to answer all the simple questions. So, and also the why we choose simple questions, so that we created this test paper for intermediate students, so that they can not only for intermediate, beginners also can also answer the test paper, so that it will be easy for them to understand the question and answer the question. Moving on to the another point, Bloom's taxonomy was developed to provide a common language for teachers to discuss and exchange learning and assessment methods. Yes, Bloom taxonomy is very important part to create all the questions. For example, we can look about remember part. Remember part is about recall, repeat, identify, and so on. So when we use the remember level, for example, we can say that can you recall what we learned on last week? Can you recall what we learned on last day? Can we recall what we learned on last Monday? So that it's like recall, remember, so that students can recall back, okay, yesterday I learned this. Yesterday I learned about food. Yesterday I learned about the importance of food. So that Bloom's taxonomy have 6 levels, such as I mentioned earlier: remember, understand, apply, analyze, evaluate, and create. So each level are a specific specialty in, for example, and remember is about recall, understand is about understanding what they have to understand. For example, identify opinion, what they have to understand, and apply is about opinion also. It's like what they have learned, how identify, and analyze about analyze, justify, and the evaluate is about evaluation, justify, and the last one is create. It's like they can state about their opinions also. So the another point is about one way to understand so many types of testing is to classify them into a taxonomy that groups similar testing types together. Yes, the test paper multiple choice question is about one way to understand so many types of testing to classify them into a taxonomy that groups similar testing types. Yes, from this question test paper, from this multiple questions test paper, we can understand so many types of testing to classify them, classify students into a taxonomy that groups similar testing types together. And also, moving on to another point, we can ask, many people can ask, why you choose multiple questions, multiple choice question test paper? Why you did not create writing activity, reading activity, listening activity? Yes, if like we create reading activity or writing activity, listening activity, students will never recall what they have learned. But when we created the multiple choice question paper, then the students will read back all the chapters, the what they've learned. For example, when it comes to me, even when like the question is about importance, I can write my opinion. But when it comes to multiple choice questions, I will read back all the questions I have learned. I will read back all the chapters I have learned, what my lecture taught me, and then I will remember it, recognize, recall it. Then I will I will recall each, and then I will answer in the test paper. So that's why multiple choice questions test paper is most important part for them, for students to, for educators to understand students, for learners and understand to learners knowledge and their understanding about the topic about they have learned. And also moving on to another point that I can say that we have learned through this project, we have learned that how to create a test paper in easier way, and also how to apply all the Bloom taxonomy level, all the 6 Bloom taxonomy level. Yes, it's very, very, very important to apply all the 6 Bloom taxonomy level in creating multiple choice questions test paper for students. And so that also it's a help for educators, and also for it help for learners to understand the questions and answer the questions. And thank you so much for me, doctor. So for me, so thank you.